So I'm pretty good with spreadsheets. Bottom line, you have your proof right there. It's in the book. It's a numerical proof that has never been refuted. In fact, the media won't even look at these numbers. They won't even investigate. They're giving you a bunch of baloney. They're telling you that one guy wrote a book, I won't mention his name, How Obama Won in 2008. Well, yeah, Obama did win. But what the media wants you to believe is that he won by 9.5 million votes. If you do a true vote analysis, you find he won by 22 million votes. And if you look at 2004, you find it, which I did, which 2004 is the bulk of my book, Kerry won by 10 million votes, although Bush won the recorded vote by 3 million. So again, 10 million true votes, 3 million for Bush recorded, a 13 million differential. The same differential that you had in 2008, Obama won by 22 million votes, not by 9.5 million. And it's very simple to prove. It's in the book. And here's, I could tell you the proof. You could do it on the side of an envelope. According to the final national exit poll in 2008, there were 131 million voters in 2008 recorded. 46% according to the National Exit Poll, 46%, or over 60 million, were returning Bush voters who came to vote in 2008. Only 37% were returning Kerry voters. Now, that means there were 12 million more returning Bush voters than Kerry voters. But Bush won the recorded vote. He stole the recorded vote by 3 million votes. So how come, even if you believe that, how could there be 12 million more returning Bush voters than Kerry voters? And Obama's running, you know. You would think a lot of these Bush voters stayed home. If anything, they saw Obama was going to win. Well, anyway, the final exit poll also printed another piece of baloney. And of course, this got printed in the New York Times, on CNN. You can find it right now. Get on your computer and go look at the 2008 final exit poll on CNN. It's all baloney. They said that 5 million voters in 2008 were returning third-party voters from 2004. But there were only 1 million third-party voters in 2004. Where did they find these additional 4 million third-party voters? They took them away from Obama. That's what they did. Okay, so 2008 was a fraud. Obama won, but he won by much bigger. I'll go back to 2006. Democrats swept Congress. They called it a tsunami. They had 230 House seats. In reality, they had something like 250. Probably 20 House seats were stolen. I did an analysis of that election, pre-election and post-election. And once again, you have a 3 to 4% differential between what they call the generic poll, where they said Democrats had 52%, but the unadjusted exit poll, taken right at the beginning, gave them 56.4%. So that 4% probably cost them 20 votes in the House, 20 House seats. So you always have this discrepancy between the actual poll and they adjust the poll to fit the recorded vote. So the media is in effect complicit in presenting information and not qualifying it or even talking about it or telling you the anomalies that I'm giving you right here tonight. And they never have, and they apparently never will. So this is going to go on and on and on. Keith Olbermann in 2004 thought he was doing his job when a week after the election he did a wonderful special on Countdown, where he exposed everything that was going on in Ohio, where there were more votes than voters. He also exposed what was going on in Florida, anomalies that could not be, that were just stood right out there. Well, it was a terrific, you can look at the video on the internet. I have it on my website. But after that, he became silent. Keith Olbermann, who we feel was our spokesman for the liberal cause, a very intelligent, passionate guy. But they shut him down. They basically had to have told him, keep away from election fraud. The fact of the matter is, there's only one subject. Well, actually, there's more than one. But there's only one topic or one issue that matters. It's called election fraud. Everything else is secondary. Everything else, whether it's Medicare, whether it's whether it's the financial breakdown, this is all a result of bad people getting into office. So election fraud is the only issue, and it's the issue that they won't talk about. Now, here we are, 2011. 2010, just to complete the history, they said it was a Republican sweep. I analyzed, I did a pre-election, post-election analysis. As usual, don't believe it. If anything, it was very close, because a lot of Democrats did stay home, but nevertheless, there are so many Democrats that, to say that the Republicans took over the House is a joke. They might have, it was probably very close, but they shouldn't have the margin that they're given credit for. So all these Republicans in Congress got in through election fraud. Well, a great bulk of them did. Now, I'm going to talk about something else now. What I'm trying to do is present these things so you get the overall picture. There's only one state in the United States which I believe runs fair elections. It's Oregon. Oregon. And I proved it. It's in the book. How did I prove it? I compared Oregon to all the other battleground states. Oregon is the only state in which Kerry improved over Gore. All the other battleground states, Kerry did worse than Gore. Is it just a coincidence that in 1998, Oregonians and their officials decided they better do something about their elective process? They instituted a very robust chain of custody, 100% paper ballot, which of course is counted on computers. And it was vote by mail. You could vote by mail, you could bring it in person. The thing is that nobody was locked out. Computers, they were not locked out standing in lines. They could vote in their pajamas. Now, that's really not the issue. The issue is what happens, what did they do to protect your ballot when you mailed it in and when it was counted? Very, very strong chain of custody. Duplicate envelopes. They made it damn sure that your vote was going to be delivered by the post office to your election site. But they did more than that. They instituted mandatory hand recounts of random counties in Oregon. That's a deterrent to fraud. If you have real hand recounts, not like what's going on in Wisconsin, where they have busted bags, they have all kinds of anomalies. Wisconsin, which is a progressive state, well, it really is. It's just that the election officials are not progressive. It all comes down to the election officials. Well, I shouldn't say that. You have, I know we have one here, and she's probably very honest. I don't want her to get the wrong. But unfortunately, the dishonest ones outnumber the honest ones. Now,